The cast of Drag Race UK Season 3 versus the World has finally been announced, and oh boy, are we in for a ride. The mothering that is going to happen this season with queens like Fontana and Melinda is going to be like Godzilla versus King Kong.
Then was a woman who ate.
Hi, hello, my name is Jer, and I am gagging. There are a lot of unfamiliar names to the general public because most people did not watch Drag Race Thailand Season 3 or Drag Race Sweden. And let me just tell y'all, what we're about to perceive from Gawdland and Fontana is going to curl your hair. There are a couple of queens that I am not as familiar with, and there are a few queens that I have some question marks on. But overall, I'm excited for this sort of bizarre assortment of contestants that they pulled. There's a good mix of fan favorites, of early outs, of mid outs, of big personalities, low-key personalities. A lot of people love Drag Race UK versus the World Season 2, but I think they're gonna love this one just a little more depending on how it all shakes out. Preliminarily, I am disappointed at the smaller cast size. I was kind of hoping that they would increase their budget this time around, maybe give us 12. I would have loved some Belgium representation with either Mocabone or Peach. I would have loved some Drag Race España representation despite them coming out with their own version of All Stars, maybe like a Clover Beach or a Visa, and just round out this cast to 12.
1 + 1 + 2 + 1.
I am so excited that this cast has so much diversity, not only culturally, but that they're representing so many parts of the world and where Drag Race has touched, but also that the UK representation doesn't give me a clear winner. A lot of people are thinking that Kate is a lock-in to win the whole thing, and while that's entirely possible, I think these cast members are gonna make it really hard for that. First off, we have Mother Fontana from Drag Race Sweden. This is the best look of the promo. The best. I'm obsessed with this hair choice that she did over this super cinched business suit.
Oh my god.
This is the Britney Spears of Drag Race Sweden. Ow. I love that Vanity Vane got to represent Sweden most recently in Global All-Stars. Now we have Fontana. Cannot wait to see Santana Sex Machine and pretty much everyone else from that cast that needs to be perceived globally. Fontana is the definition of They're like if you took unrestrained homosexuality and spritzed a petite woman, and then bam, you've got Fontana. She made top 2 in her original season, and I think it is very possible that she's gonna go all the way to the end and maybe even take the crown. It's gonna be impossible for Rue not to love this girl, because if Rue has any criticisms, Fontana's just gonna twerk, and then Rue will get so distracted with her Cocomelon brain, and she's gonna be like those iPad kids that are like, whoa, fun thing, I don't remember my problems anymore. And Fontana is going to absolutely dominate and dog walk any lip sync that comes her way. Next up is my personal bias this season, Gawdland. Gawdland is what chewing 5 gum feels like. She can make you fun without the hand. In her original season for girl group, she wanted to do a line, something like, I can make you without a hand. And they were like, whoa, 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 that's too blue, change it. So she changed it to fun. Gawdland was a fascinating contestant. They started out near the beginning of the season being told, you are not here, you are not present, you gotta wake it up or you're gonna go home next week. She woke it up, became uber present the entire competition, plugged in and made it to the finale. And what I found most interesting about Gawdland is how aware she was of where she was going next. I think the moment she realized that she wasn't winning Drag Race Thailand, it sort of clicked. I've got to make sure that the world knows that I am able to go anywhere. She did this entire monologue in English about how her journey was not over and how she had so many bigger things to do, using multi-syllable English words to make sure that any producer globally would look at her and go, we can cast her. Gawdland's biggest struggle was in improv, but I think that was a lot to do with the fact that the improv challenges they got were booger boots ugly. She was hilarious in Snatch Game, she was great in girl groups, she could perform down, she can pretty much do everything. Gawdland is a lock for this season. And I am Thailand 3's #1 biggest hater because I despised the production company for what they did to these breakout stars like Gawdland and Frankie, ZP, Nane Sphera, and then tainted their runs with these horrid challenges, both Minnie and Maxi. Bad production quality with the camera work and the audio. One of my biggest critiques about Drag Race Thailand Season 3 is that there was no story. And while I don't typically like Rue & Co., when you come from a season that quite literally gave you nothing, everything is going to be better than that. And I think with her high energy levels, Rue is going to connect with her well. Next up is Kate Butch representing Drag Race UK Season 5. I did not watch much of this season after Caramel left. Kate was kind of my
I'm out of here.
And I was gooped that she didn't go all the way to the end, but the judges struggled to connect with her in certain areas of her fashion. But I think she's got all the pieces to represent the UK well, and of the 3 that are represented in this season, I think she is the most clear front runner. I'm obsessed with this mod look. She looks like she knows who murdered your entire family, but she's not gonna tell you. Coming in here looking like a yassified art piece. This is She has fully stepped up her game and I'm so ready. Representing Drag Race Season 3 and Drag Race All-Star Season 5 is Mariah Balenciaga. I'm assuming that she'll address why the Paris is no longer in there. I am so beyond ready for Mariah to be back. I hope those producers grabbed up her pocketbook and are ready to put checks in it because she has earned them. This is the original mother. After that season 17 challenge where they had to do old monologues from Drag Race and Rue heard the monologue from Mariah, she probably thought, who said that? That's hilarious. We need to get them on the show. I hope that Mariah gets her flowers because she was snubbed in All Stars 5. I don't even think that Mariah should have gone home when she did. I'm obsessed with this Carrie Colby House of Oversized Suits look that she promoted in. And then she's got these contacts. Are those the demon contacts from Doctor Who's Devil Pit? Yes, they are. Mariah brings a refreshing energy to this group because she comes from the Wild West of Drag Race. Back when RuPaul had a live sniper on these girls just to see what would happen. That old school energy is one that you just can't beat. And that's why so many people connected with Nicole Paige Brooks in All Stars 10. These old school queens from before Drag Race became the rubric for how people existed in drag is one of doing drag for the love of it, for the art of it. And those old school queens just don't care about the same things that modern Drag Race contestants care about. And so overall, I am extremely excited to see how Mariah has stepped up her game. Next up, from Canada's Drag Race Season 4 is Melinda Verga. The Motherquake has hit the mother continent. It has caused her mother Nami, and that is mother rolling towards the other continents. And y'all are not ready. She is going to come into this season with gratitude. If y'all did not perceive Canada's Drag Race Season 4, you have a couple of weeks to go do your homework and go watch Melinda's entire run. Every week, she is outperforming herself, giving more classic sound bites. She has this effortlessly iconic moment where she flips her hair up and it falls right back down in her face. No one has ever done it like Melinda Verga, in my opinion. She is a variant of queen that is so authentically themselves, that has such old school energy of old school Drag Race, but with modern understanding of how the Drag Race zeitgeist likes to perceive drag. I think that she is going to bring levels of chaos. If Gawdland is 5 gum, Melinda Verga is a Red Bull. She's gonna give you wings. Minty Fresh is representing Drag Race Philippines Season 1. I'm glad that another Philippines Season 1 queen is here because last year we had Marina. If Marina is the Triforce piece of power, then Minty is the Triforce piece of courage, making Silhouette the Triforce piece of wisdom. And now we just need Silhouette here next season and that Triforce is complete. Philippines Season 1 is that girl and always will be. It is full of such feminine energy. Everyone in that cast could beat anybody across the Drag Race universe. Where I am a little concerned about Minty is that she has a much more low-key energy than everyone else previously discussed. And that could help her stand out in a positive way, sort of like Akita Minaj last season. But that could also be to her detriment. With so many big personalities in the room, I wonder if Minty will be able to keep up in the same way. Nonetheless, I'm excited for her runway package because I know that's where she's gonna bring it. And the concept of Minty and Sminty being in the same room, I think is going to fry some brains. I'm gonna trip up a few times, I already know it. Serena Morena is representing Drag Race Mexico Season 1, a season I am currently watching. And I actually just watched the episode where Serena went home. I had this massive Michelle Yeoh, Madame Morrible moment. Her name is riffing off of Serena from the dubbed version of Sailor Moon, which, let me make it so perfectly crystal clear, this channel does not recognize Serena. We only recognize Usagi. Anyways, her name is a riff off of Serena from Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, Serena Morena. I only realized it as she was writing her mirror message. Serena is a beautiful soul. I think her time on Drag Race was cut a little bit short because her girl group was the superior one. And she had a great attitude no matter what challenge came her way in her original time on Drag Race. And I'm looking forward to that resilience on this season of Drag Race. I think she's gonna make Rue and Michelle laugh. I think she's going to excel at a lot of the challenges. But there's always that lingering fear of how Rue and their production team treat Latinas. That makes me worry that Serena's not gonna make it very far. I'm gonna hold my breath. Maybe this will be different. I'm obsessed with this twist on the pinstripe suit, meeting a mariachi. The neck ruffle construction, the sleeves, it is all giving me Mexico tea. And I feel like she's gonna bring a lot of culture to every one of her runways. She's another one with big personality. If y'all did not watch Drag Race Mexico, y'all need to go and watch that one too. Those podcasts will come out in about 2 weeks, so they'll be premiering right around the time that this season is finally coming out. Representing Drag Race UK Season 4 is Minty Drop, the original twerk queen, Mothman's wife. Yo, Sminty is the definition of puss puss. I love this slutty secretary look that she is bringing to this newsroom promo. Both those nasty old legs out like that. Oh, this is bad brain rot, but that moment where the lights were coming down on her as she was sitting alone in that set and disassociating out of her body, it lives up here. I think that's gonna be her biggest struggle point. The Rue seasons love to do improv challenges. I'm hoping that they will lean in on the Slation Royale format and focus more on performance-based challenges. I think that'll help a lot of the non-English speaking queens, but especially those that are here like Sminty, who didn't do that well in improv, or like Mariah, who didn't do very well in improv. She is an interesting pull to represent the UK. I wouldn't have expected her to come back first, but I'm so glad they did. Representing Drag Race Germany is the Only Naomi. I am unfamiliar with the works of the Only Naomi. I've only seen a handful of clips pop up here and there, so I have almost no expectations. I'm going in with fresh eyes, and I will be reviewing Germany in a couple of months, but as of right now, this will be my first encounter. Perceiving a queen late in their Drag Race journey, only to see them early in their Drag Race journey months and months later. Another Doctor Who River Song moment for me. I think this look is fierce. The latex bodysuit with that dress over it, hot. And representing Drag Race UK Season 6 is Zaharia Zapanta. Another queen I have no context for because I did not watch Season 6. I think I maybe watched episode 1 or maybe the talent show portion of it, and that was really it. So much like with Naomi, I am looking forward to getting to know her on this season. Big obsessed with this look. I think the pinstripe is beautiful on her, and I love the translation of using red instead of white. And from her Meet the Queens, she seems like a hoot and a half. From this cast, I am 100% rooting for Fontana, but Gawdland is my pick to win the whole thing. Who are you rooting for? Let me know in the comments. Who are you most excited to see, and what season are you gonna go watch in preparation for this one? I would highly recommend going and watching Sweden. That is the one to perceive before this one airs. You could probably skim a lot of Drag Race Thailand Season 3, and I'm hoping that with more Thailand girls showing up on these Versus the World seasons, that it'll finally open the door for Candy Cyanide, Vendemus Joachim, and Genie to make their appearance globally. Because something about the worst season of Thailand having the most representation first tickles my brain in like an annoying way. But at the same time, I'm glad that some of these girls that got a really stick when they went on Drag Race are getting a fair shake now with better production teams. And I really hope that this is the season that Mariah finally gets her flowers, because that's another queen who deserves them. Let me know who you're rooting for in the comments below, and I will see y'all on the flip.